I
Are we?
blame AWS for your tardiness.
The hell? I wasn't tardy. Rude.
No, you were not. I was tardy, but then nobody knows
No.
except for AWS why everything's tardy today. So thanks everybody for finding the Geek Spot. It is Jack on this side and Frank on the other side, bringing you all the latest. We watched some things. I think
did.
maybe
We did. We
Yeah.
actually watched one of the same thing.
That's amazing. So yeah, we watched some things. We looked at some lists. We had all sorts of things going on. But before, and Charles, Ace, great to see you already in the chat.
Hi, guys. In the chat, Dom and Charles and Dom again. Christmas is around the corner.
It is. We should pull up the photo of Frank from when he was recently on his roller coaster extravaganza with his beard, doing all sorts of amazing things.
Oh, that was fun.
Though Frank may end up with a side hustle, getting pictures taken with little kids.
Hey, I don't know if I'm allowed around him again.
Probably phrase that differently, but before that, what have you been up to besides growing your beard there?
Well, that.
What is that?
That
for our audio audience.
Oh, for the audio audience. That is what the hell is it called? That's Jango Fett Starship, is what that is.
Oh,
that's
Jango.
The newest Lego.
So not
Jango Fett. Yes,
not Slave One.
No, that's Firefly now, isn't it? Fire Sprite or whatever.
You would know better than me.
I don't know. But
Fire Sprite.
I've got a little Jango Fett on the wing there. You can't see him. And then his little kid over there, on the other wing.
Boba?
Yeah.
Jango Fett's was Slave One. It was a Fire Spray 31 class patrol and attack aircraft.
Oh, so then they just call it Fire Spray.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Disney designation.
Got it.
Right.
That's fun.
Yeah, that took a couple days. That one was a son of a bitch to put together. What else? Friday Night Lights is good.
Great. Excited that you're watching Friday Night Lights again.
No, I actually did finish Gen V up to current.
Okay.
And all the right direction. Twists and turns that were there that were great to talk about leading up to it.
Right? Wouldn't they have been awesome?
That really would have been awesome
to discuss.
What else? Some hockey, and just trying 100% Borderlands is a thing.
Oh, I guess there's a new Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands 4 came out in September.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen the movie, so I don't know anything about Borderlands.
No. Don't start the movie. You're good.
Are you sure? I feel like I should.
I feel like you might like it more than The Office.
No, you won't. I bet I will. No, you won't. I don't know that I could like it less. It looks like even Dom has jumped on the Gen V ship finally.
That's what's up.
Way late. I will tell you the same thing, Dom, that I've been telling Frank for the last 6 weeks. This show is actually designed as a weekly show, and it's fantastic as a weekly show. As a binge, really I can't imagine it's as good as a binge because it is drop this and like what does that mean and what's that, and then you get to speculate and think about who the people are or what they're doing or why they're there.
Like the first 2 seasons of Lost, where it was actually exciting to watch and you didn't know what was coming the next show, and there were mysteries to be solved and theories to be had, which would have been wonderful content the last couple of weeks.
Alas.
Well,
it's all right. We can speculate about whatever's left now after 7 episodes. We'll do that later on in the show because there wasn't anything else big that we managed to see.
What about you? You done stuff.
Have I?
I don't know.
Gig. I did a lot of work with the local the local high school marching band to direct traffic and move things and set up
Beep, beep.
podiums and those things. Watch some stuff. We'll talk later on. There was a Philly-centric episode of Abbott Elementary. Not that they aren't all Philly-centric, but this was Phillies-centric.
Yeah, and I didn't see the episode, but I saw that they just happened to film this episode in the game that Schwarber hit all the home runs.
He hit right. Well, we both know a lot of people that were at this game and sitting right by Abbott Elementary. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Joey Albright was the row behind them.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So we know no, they were very strategic in when they shot,
Yeah.
Those parts. But yeah, there was some Phillies action on Abbott Elementary. We had our Darryl Dixon The Walking Dead season finale that just dropped yesterday. Only Murders in the Building, I thought had a finale, but I don't think it did. I think there's more to go with that one, which surprised me because every season's been 8 episodes and this one already burned through 8, and then there's no way it's done. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they have a new episode coming out tonight. But yeah, that was about it. Not too much stuff. Did some trunk or treat for the little one, like some of that kind of stuff, but nothing. Nothing too crazy. The last week didn't get to see. I see Charles got to go see Tron Ares.
Yeah.
I've heard, things about Tron Ares.
I've heard things.
The Union officially have their playoff schedule, so that's exciting. So first playoff game is at home next Sunday night. So hopefully I'll be talking about that win shortly, and then they have a away game. It's a best of 3 series. So
Tron Ares, we actually know someone that worked on the movie.
We do, so we should probably see the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, a long time ago when we did our Only Soul 1 interview, we interviewed a wonderful guy that I'm friends with, that I play video games with. He lives up in Canada, and he was out in Vancouver working on the Tron movie. One of the things he showed us a couple of behind the scenes pictures, which I unfortunately can't share, but he showed me some behind the scenes pictures. One of the stunts he's a special effects guy. So one of the stunts he was directly involved with was in the trailer where the light cycle cut the cop car in half. And he was like directly involved with setting that up and staging that and making that happen.
Nice. Yeah, our last interview with him was we talking about Deadpool 2 because he worked on Deadpool 2.
Oh my God. Was it that long ago?
That was yep. That was the last time we talked to him. It was in the middle of the pandemic that we had that conversation. I think it was 4 years ago or so.
Oh wow. I'll tell you this. This is what he said about the movie. And this isn't spoiling the movie at all for anyone that didn't see it. He said his biggest gripe is a thin plot. And then he replied to that, his own comment with, yeah, no shit, it's Tron. It's never been heavy on the plot. What exists of the plot is there to drive the visuals. Jared Leto, for as much as he dislikes him, did good getting the film made. The Easter eggs connecting both other movies are off the scale. He lost count after 12. He said he highly recommends seeing it in the theater. IMAX was awesome, and they definitely left it open for another one. Stay for the mid-credit scene, if nothing else.
Oh, there will not be another one.
Well,
there will not be another movie.
I have the box office thing about that too when we get to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had heard this. Look, from what I heard, the Tron 3 was pitched a long time ago, right after Legacy.
Yeah.
And Dead in the Water, and then Jared Leto said, I think we should make this, but you need to make this Ares character that's a bit character in the script a main focus.
Right.
And have me be it.
And that's working out well, as we'll discuss in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Jared Leto of it all. But yeah, that was it. Nothing crazy on my end the last week, really, other than my kid that busted his one knee, busted the other knee now, so that'll be an ongoing saga for the next stretch. But we'll chat about that as that continues to develop.
I did pull my first fantasy football loss of the year this week.
Oh.
I mean, it's not official.
Last week. We were looking last week during the show to see how you ended up.
Last week I ended up winning. I came back and won, so I came into this week 6-0, and Right now, I am a 1% chance of winning. I'm down 134 to 87. Even though Christian McCaffrey got me basically 40 points on his own, the rest of my team wildly underperformed.
Got it.
I have Detroit's kicker, Seattle's defense, and Seattle's current tight end to try and muster up 40 points for me, and I don't see that happening. So
you never know.
Well, I'll take the loss.
Detroit's only missing their starting 4 cornerbacks and safeties this week. So
I don't know what Dom's talking about. They blew the game. They blew the Broncos game so ridiculously bad. That's like season-ending blow.
If I remember the stat I heard right, teams going in with an 18-point lead with 6 minutes to go had won the last 1,650 games in a row.
Right. That's
until
a lot.
Until yesterday.
Whew,
when look, Scatterboo and Dart are super fun to watch. I love watching Ram Man in real life on the field. It's amazing. I should pull up that graphic.
It's fine though. Honestly, after the Phillies loss, and I'll stay on sports for just a second, and it's happened the last 3 years. I'm so much more into baseball than I am into football. And I love the Eagles, but I love the Phillies. The loss, when the Phillies get knocked out of the playoffs, which is now a yearly tradition, it punches me in the stomach for a few weeks after it's over, and I could give two shits what happens in football. That's barely even watch the games. Like, I focus more on the Flyers than I do on the Eagles. But I will absolutely talk shit on anybody that, where the Eagles are concerned. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's perfectly valid.
I do have a list.
So hold on, I just want to, for anybody that didn't know, who
that's Ram Man.
That is Scatterboo.
Oh.
From the Giants.
Yes.
Anybody that doesn't know and is not a fan of football, go check out pictures of Scatterboo and Ram Man because they are one and the same. It's amazing.
I am going to pull one of the lists that you sent me.
Can't wait. So I don't even remember what I sent you, but they both look great.
Yep, and I didn't look at them either because I love that. Now, this is 37 TV shows that were excellent from beginning to end and honestly went out at their peak. These are not in a list type order. This is just a list of shows. Number 1 is The Good Place, which I've never watched, but I heard it was really, really good.
Disagree.
Okay, fair.
On that it. Oh, no. Oh, maybe Scatterboo is Juggernaut from X-Men Last Stand. But The Good Place, so phenomenal premise the first couple years, like first 2 seasons or so. Mm-hmm. By season 4, they were like, how do we come up with a storyline for this season of this show? Because we already told our story.
Right.
So let's just make up like it did not hold up through.
I can't disagree because I didn't watch it.
But the first 2 seasons are brilliant. That's
what I've heard. The second show is Breaking Bad. That I agree. Mm-hmm. That was sensational from start to finish. They could have gone on another season or 2.
Oh, Into the Badlands, great show. I think never finished though, if I remember right, which was incredibly disappointing.
Yeah. But I agree with Breaking Bad. I think that's absolutely, if not the number 1 show that it should be on this list. Number 3
is right up there with Better Call Saul. Yeah.
I still haven't seen that. Number 3 is MASH.
Yeah, look, I don't know that MASH was consistently always great.
I don't think it was always great. I remember bits and pieces of it. I remember the finale, which I believe is still the most watched.
It is still the most watched. Yes.
This is one
hasn't done a TV special yet.
This one on number 4, I don't agree with it. 30 Rock, and I don't agree with it because I never finished it. And if it was that good, and this is my kind of comedy, I never finished it.
See, I always confuse 30 Rock and Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh yeah, wildly different shows.
I know, but I thought Third Rock was great.
John Lithgow,
30 Rock, I never got into.
Alec Baldwin. Look, I saw maybe 2.5 seasons, I think, and they were funny. but it didn't grab me in the way. Again, this is my type of comedy. This is the stuff that I love.
It was no Office for you. I got it.
No, it wasn't.
I'll
Number
probably love it.
Number 5 is a show I never watched, BoJack Horseman.
Oh yeah, I watched bits and pieces. It was good.
Okay. Number 6, this is a show that it's actually on my like actual real I want to watch list, Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah, Schitt's
Heard
Creek
it's great.
is up there. Yeah,
Love the memes.
yeah. It's another one. I don't know if it held all of it because it became such a sensation before the last season that I don't know if the last season held up. But I know the first couple seasons were fantastic.
Number 7, this I don't know. Now, I don't know if it's great from beginning to end, but it's a show that I found. I think it's on Cozy at night when I was playing with Legos. I was watching King of Queens is back around.
Which one? Becker?
King of Queens.
Oh, King of Queens. Yeah, I thought you said
That's a
Becker.
great show.
King of Queens was solid.
Yeah, it was always funny.
It knew what it was.
Yep.
We do have a couple of recommendations from the chat for this list. We have Into the Badlands from Dom, which is a phenomenal show. It definitely did not get to finish. And the one kid from it he was in the new Karate Kid.
Okay.
He's the bad guy in the new Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid Legends.
Not seen that yet.
I watched most of it, and there's no karate, and it's a lot of boxing.
Oh, good.
It's a lot of Josh Jackson boxing, just not in the advertisement for the movie at all. And
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
yeah, he was also in Miss Marvel. He was the other dimensional kid. And then we have Preacher and Stand Against Evil. I concur with Charles that Preacher was amazing from start to finish. Stand Against Evil, I didn't ever get the chance to dive into, but at one of these points I will. I think that's McGinnis.
I've seen none of those shows. Shocker.
Isn't that McGinley? Isn't Stand Against Evil?
While you're looking it up, the next show on this list over here is one that I also don't agree with because I just didn't like. Seinfeld was not my show.
Oh, look, Seinfeld, I think it's the one that I don't think started as strong as it ended. But once it figured out like this is the show, great, and it was solid.
The ending sucked. The ending was horrible. It was one of the worst finales ever. Yeah, horrible.
I mean, it was the right finale for that show.
Yeah,
John C. McGinley, that's who I thought it was. Yeah, from Scrubs.
Oh, okay.
Started Standing Against Evil. It's not your kind of show because it's like a zombie.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Evil Dead kind of vibe.
The Leftovers is next. Nothing I saw.
Still on top of my list to go watch.
Okay. Number 10, this again, I don't agree with it, but Parks and Rec really wasn't good from start to finish. Parks and Rec was good from season 2 to finish. Season 1 is very forgettable. Once
agreed.
Adam Scott and Rob Lowe showed up, then the show found what it wanted to be, what it would needed to be. Once they got rid of the city planner guy, the show took off.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. That one took a while to find its groove. And The Leftovers, I'm surprised you never got into that. It was Damon Lindelof's jaunt after Lost.
Yeah, I missed.
So like it's definitely your kind of show.
Hey, is that the one with Michael from Lost? Or am I thinking of the other? There's another show where they're stuck in a creepy town.
Who's Michael?
Michael was the guy from Oz.
No.
Okay.
That's Here.
Okay.
Is the show. He was also on Constantine. But no, Justin Theroux was the star of Leftovers and Carrie Coon.
Gotcha. Okay. Number 11 here is South Park. I mean, I'm in and out on South Park. There really isn't a bad episode of South Park, I don't think.
Dude, this season is so good.
That's what I heard. Well, and it only went 5 episodes, and then they stopped.
So no. This is it's part of the joke.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the latest episode is it's making fun of Peter Thiel as the expert on the Antichrist.
Right.
But it all relates back to the number 6 and 7.
Okay.
And so this would have been episode 6 of season 27.
I got
So instead they cut season 27 at 5 episodes, so there is no 6, 7.
I gotcha.
In the season.
That makes
and started season 20. And they said there was always only going to be 5 episodes a season. It's like, no, you guys did this part of the joke. It's great.
It's just like all the memes going around that MTV stopped playing music now. and it's closing, and it's coming off the air, and everybody's panicking, and it's like, yeah, it's stopping music in the UK, not in the United States.
No, it's stopping the music channels because they still have music channels.
MTV
we still have music channels here.
Right. But MTV, I can still watch Big Bang Theory at night on.
I'm sure. No, but I mean, there's MTV 80s and MTV Classics still here.
Right.
Yeah. But I know. It's because nobody reads past the headline.
No. 6 Feet Under is next.
Oh, agreed. 100%.
Never watched it, but you've
even the finale. The finale did such a great job tying that show up.
Yeah. You did wonderful. Talking about it. Then Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. It
was super fun. Rachel Bloom, a ton of musical episodes. She wrote all the music. She wrote all the scripts. She's brilliant.
Yeah.
That show is a blast.
Hi, Mike. My friend Mike's watching us on his TV. Succession, I never watched. I really always wanted to, and I just never got around to jumping on it.
Yeah, it's now that I've finally gotten through the slog that was The Office and through the shit show that was The Paper. I can go and hit knockout. I want Succession and Leftovers are on my soon to be list. I just have to have time to dedicate to engage with the shows.
Yeah,
which is tough at night after 5:30 wake ups every day.
Yeah. Then we have The Middle.
Middle was amazing.
I did not watch this, but the janitor from Scrubs is the dad.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole show was amazing. All of the actors in it are hilarious.
Let's see. Then we have Mr. In Between. I'd never even heard of that.
Ooh, that I believe that's a British.
That would make sense.
Yeah, you get Patricia Heaton from. She was Everybody Loves Raymond, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she was the other one in the middle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mr. In Between is not one I've ever heard of. Neither is Taskmaster.
Taskmaster's great. It's a YouTube show.
Oh, okay.
That is in Britain. That is basically Survivor with comedians.
Oh.
And they just have to go and they get assigned these super crazy inane tasks that they have to go through and do. And if they lose, they have to do something at the end. There's a punishment.
Nice.
It's fun. This most recent season, Jason Mantzoukas begged. He loved the show on YouTube and said, "I need you guys to cast me on the show." And they did. And he's the first American that's ever been in the show, and he just went over as a complete chaos agent.
That's amazing.
Whatever I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn every challenge you give us in every episode completely on it, and he's wild. It's great. Yeah, I was trying to find any info on Mr. In Between, and it looks like it's a movie.
Oh, okay. Weird.
So maybe there was a TV show too. But
number 18 is a weird one here. The person that wrote this article, All in the Family. So let me read what the person wrote. All in the Family was one that I only watched recently because my grandmother insisted I check it out, and holy shit, I was impressed with it. The subject matter was on point, and even though it was a sitcom, there was a death scene, and it was nearly impossible to hold it together when Archie was alone in his room, holding his wife's slipper that he found under the bed. Absolute gold quality from beginning to end. I enjoyed All in the Family. I don't really think it holds up as many of those sitcoms do not really hold up today.
Look, the quality of it holds up. The writing is fantastic. As long as you accept it's a period piece now.
Yes.
Then it's great. The acting's top notch. The writing was great for the time. As long as you say, all right, I know this is the kind of piece I'm going into. Then it's good. So Mr. In Between, I do remember ads for that show. I did find it. It was Scott Ryan was the star of it. I think it was on FX.
Oh.
But I do remember that show now. It looked super interesting. It's here's this storyline for it. Ray Shoesmith is a father, ex-husband, boyfriend, brother, and best friend. Tough roles to juggle in the modern age, especially when you're also a criminal for hire. So I remember the ads being him trying to take care of his kids while having to go out and be a hitman, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, it has an 8.7 on Rotten Tomatoes, so maybe it did hold up.
Not bad.
Not on Rotten Tomatoes on Movie.
The next one here is one I didn't watch, but I did watch the finale. Young Sheldon. I heard it was a good show, but I watched the finale because it directly tied back to Big Bang Theory because it had Sheldon and Amy from Big Bang Theory. And I don't care what anybody says. That show is hilarious. Big Bang.
I've heard that show is hilarious.
Yeah. They're quick episodes too. Like it was real easy to watch.
No, I mean I love Big Bang Theory. I saw every episode, but I did not see every episode of.
No, I didn't. I only saw the finale. Literally, that's it. Number 20 here is for fantasy lovers, Merlin.
Okay.
Never watched it.
I think we should finish this next week.
Yeah, we're going to stop.
We're at 20.
Yeah, we're going to stop at 20.
I don't know this Merlin at all.
This is. I don't know which Merlin this is. This looks like a newer Merlin than there was another Merlin on, but that's fine. That's a good place.
Yeah, it looks. I don't. Yeah. Oh no, this was not. This was like 2008.
Okay, so it was a different Merlin, and yeah, Charles, Blacklist was absolutely one of my favorite television shows of all time, 100%.
Excited to see if it shows up on the second half of this list because so far there's not a lot of bad ones on this list. But John Hurt starred in that Merlin show. Richard Wilson, Colin Morgan, who I don't know, but I mean John Hurt on a TV show. That's a pretty big get. Outside of Doctor Who, you know. I do not know the kid that played the lead in this.
I'll throw a couple of newsy things out really fast.
Yeah.
Fan Expo that's coming to Philadelphia. It's going to be May 29th to May 31st. I actually want to go this year, whether or not we get a pass or not. I want to go and I want to sit through some of the panels this time. I kind of rushed through it last year, but I want to actually sit. We're getting a 25-year celebration of the Hobbits this year.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
with all four Hobbits hitting the Fan Expo circuit this year.
The 3 you know and the 1 you don't.
I'm still free that weekend, so maybe we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So they're doing it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 city. They're doing like an 11 city panel, basically, where the 4 of them are going to go around and Philadelphia is one of the stops. So that should be cool. I definitely want to go see that. Tickets actually go on sale in 2 days for that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Lioness was renewed for season 3. No release date. Probably next year, maybe the year after. Who knows?
Yeah, the break in that show. I don't love a break in that show. That show was so good as a binge.
Yeah.
And so good in general that you know, and I don't know if you can.
Was that the one?
I don't know if you can wait that long for Morgan Freeman.
Was that the one you started watching randomly and told me about?
Yes.
Or did I? Yeah.
It was. I went on the Taylor Sheridan. I went down the Taylor Sheridan rabbit hole. It was after Landman.
Yep.
And I was like, let me go try this Lioness show, and I was like, oh,
Landman's coming back in a few weeks, like November.
Yes.
Yep. Tron Ares is being dealt another blow during its second weekend at the box office.
Oh no!
It debuted with a 3-day total of $33.2 million. That was superior to the original 1982's Tron of $4.8 million, but fell below 2010's Tron Legacy of $44 million. As of Saturday, per Variety, Tron is expected to earn a 3-day total of $11 million, a 65% week-on-week drop, which would be the worst in franchise history, beating out the 56.5% drop in 2010's Tron, which probably means, as you had said earlier, it's probably not going to get a third or fourth movie.
I would assume not. Yeah.
It has a reported budget of $180 million. It could price. So this would be hugely disappointing result considering that its reported budget of $180 million could place its break-even point as high as $450 million. Tron Legacy only took in $400, and this isn't even going to come close to that.
No. Look, there's this obsession in Hollywood with Jared Leto as a leading man, and like I'm terrified that he's going to ruin the Masters of the Universe movie.
I don't have high hopes for
'Cause
it.
I don't know what the obsession. Maybe he just crushes it in audition, and these people have not seen any of these movies he was in because all of them are flops.
Yep.
But I mean, his Joker has been nothing but panned. His take on Morbius, and he was fine in Morbius. But like the box office return was god awful and nothing but panned as a movie.
Yeah.
This one here, like the guy did great in dramatic roles, but they keep casting him in like these actiony,
Yep.
like
Yep.
sci-fi and this and that. That's not his wheel. It's not his thing.
No.
Let him
No,
go
it's not.
sing. And the guy's not like young at this point, so he's not like a young up and comer.
No.
I mean, he's older than you would think. If you look him up, I bet you'd be like, "Oh, no kidding."
He's my age.
Yeah.
He's 53.
And I mean, I've seen some videos of you as an action star.
You have.
But I do not think that
I look
that's
pretty
still
good.
his bag
I look
is
pretty
doing
good.
this. Like I mean, the movie everybody references from him still is Requiem for a Dream, which was 25 years ago,
Jesus.
and Jordan Canelato, which was 30 years ago. So other than that, like the guy hasn't been in anything great,
No.
or he hasn't been great in it. Like Fight Club, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
Sony.
they keep banking on him. I don't get it.
I've just never been a fan of him. So Sony is moving forward. They're going to start production in 2026 on the Horizon Zero Dawn film from the popular video game Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if you ever played that. It is actually a pretty good video game. It's a lot of fun. So there's that. They've got a script they're working.
No, stop with video game adaptations. Just knock it
Well,
off.
they've been getting better.
Yeah, but it's some of them are if they don't try and like it's for every what's the one I'm thinking of, Fallout, you get a Last of Us season 2. So like where it's like it would work if I was immersed in that world, but I'm not because you're giving me 5 episodes that are 45 minutes each. Like it's not enough time to get enveloped into the world, which is what of the video games need to be successful.
Yep. Daredevil season 2 will premiere March 4th, 2026, exactly a year after the debut of season 1. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent turnaround.
Yeah, I think we talked about some of that from New York Comic Con news last week with Jessica Jones coming back.
Yep.
Eldon, what's his name, coming back for at least flashbacks, supposedly.
I saw a brief clip of. So I like to I when I'm sitting at work, I watch different videos in my downtime, and I really like that guy that does Theory Sabers. You ever watched him?
No.
Does Star Wars content. He's does really good Star Wars content. I saw a little clip of a video of him and another guy where they're talking about that there is a filmed action sequence in Ahsoka season 2 where Baylan Skoll fights Anakin Skywalker. They're not sure if it takes place in the War Between Worlds or if this is where Anakin has now become the father and that's where the battle takes place.
What are we doing?
I'm excited for it. I know you're not as excited for it.
I don't like Anakin. Like
I don't hate Anakin though.
They keep trying to make Anakin a hero, which undercuts Darth Vader every time they do it.
I agree.
Like, stop it. Just stop telling Anakin stories and trying to make Anakin be this like good guy. Because there was no point that Anakin was a good guy. Luke, 100%. But wow. Wow.
That's pretty cool. I gave you a nice little shout out, and here you are. Here you are. Not driving the bus. Probably skipping passengers at the stop.
But yeah, like that's look. Like I said, I think including what they tried to do in the Obi-Wan show, like every time they try and like make Anakin out to not be like the most evil person ever, it completely undercuts everything about Darth Vader that we should think of the guy.
No,
like he's not a good person. Like
That
I
part I
don't know that
agree with.
the emperor had to go like a little nudge, like barely tap and be like, "Here, come to the dark side." All right, I'm good. Let's do it. Like wholesale slaughter of children, and everybody's like, "Well, but he's not that bad of a guy." Like, no, he is.
No, he like literally murdered
Yeah,
kids.
he is.
And
And then who knows? Because God forbid we tell the Darth Vader stuff anywhere, but in the comic books,
yeah, that
like it. Yeah, I don't. I'm over Anakin as a character because I don't want them to keep trying to do that with him,
no, and they shouldn't.
but they do
They
because we got to
do.
make every bad guy seem likable and cuddly and warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, they do. Um, but that's really all the newsy stuff I had. There really wasn't a ton. Um, but we watched stuff.
Yeah. I'll hold on. Let me let me just update this real quick because again, for all our audio listeners and people listen after the fact, if there's anything specific you want to jump to, there's timestamps in the comments for where you can go to get to what. So real quick, we'll hit Only Murders, as I keep talking about. If you haven't, just go watch it. It's just such smart writing. Like it's just funny and it gets it. Like it knows the assignment. Steve Martin and Martin Short know exactly what show they're in, exactly what they're doing. Like this one, they got sidetracked by talking to a therapist who was going to sell his place, and they're like, "Oh, well, hey, can we talk to you about it?" And he's like, "Sure, let's have a session." And then next thing you know, they're in a therapy session, getting completely into their relationship statuses and deep diving into their lives, while the girls on the show with Meryl Streep and Selena Gomez are trying to con some other woman into like it's great. It's well written. It's funny. Meryl Streep's having a blast. It's another episode where she plays a random character that like is such bad acting that it's just she's just leaning it like she's got like. But last one I think she had a southern accent. This one she does a gypsy accent and pretends that she's a fortune teller and a mind reader and can see the future and like is just leaning into it. And Martin Short's going, this chick is nuts.
That's awesome.
Which is even funnier now that they're a couple, and knowing they were a couple through filming this whole thing. It's just great. And Diane Weiss was in this episode a bunch. She's great in this show. Like it's just really well done. Bobby Cannavale pops back up in some flashbacks and things like that. But yeah, it's really well done. And then we got the finale of Walking Dead, Darryl Dixon. I thought the first season was okay. The second season was better.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got the dual storylines of Daryl and Carol throughout the season. This season 3 has been knocked out awesome from start to finish. Like they started in Britain. You get Britain and what happened with that if the zombie apocalypse came through. You got Stephen Merchant to kick it off in the Britain episode.
Okay.
He was only there for one. And he's great, and you get to see him in a dramatic role, which is even better, because we don't usually get to see that in the States. I know he does some of that more on the British stuff, but we only get to see him in comedies for the most part as the original Jim, right? He was the original Jim in The Office, the British Office. He and
I never actually
he's the
watched
co-creator. He's the co-creator of The Office.
I never watched the British Office.
Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant were the original creators of it. And I think he was the Jim character. So, but this season has been great. So they leave Britain, they go to Spain from the bulk of the season, and you get all sorts of different cities in Spain. They shoot on location. So there is CGI work that they do on top of the things to get some of the backgrounds and all of it. But the story they told this season, they get into like royalty hierarchies and even more like feudalistic relationships between towns and between
That's kind of cool.
rulers of Spain and the townships, and how each different lord kind of the city does their thing and how that works with the rest of it. There's like a leper colony at one point that you get into who's been thrown out, and like kind of all this regression of society that they dig into on the show, which is great. And you get to see it again from that other perspective in all these cool places. And Norman Reedus was not as obnoxious this season. He had some moments where I'm like, oh my God, he's like a bad guy. But then they did some work in there to bring him back around through it. And Melissa McBride is Carol, continues to be just awesome. She's great. And then they set it up towards the end where they're bringing it back to, they're setting up a season 4. I don't know where we're going to go with season 4, but like they're still tying things back to the first season of this Darryl Dixon thing all through Europe. It gets better and better, the show. So if you haven't and you liked any of the Walking Dead stuff, I know Frank is a big fan of the zombie world.
Huge fan of zombies.
But anybody else that is even slightly into the Walking Dead stuff, go dig into Darryl Dixon. Even if you jump to season 3, I think you're okay just jumping in there. For the most part, it can stand on its own. And there are, zombies or the soulless or whatever they call them in this season. I think they all have different names. They call them the squid in England. But it's pretty neat. So I would highly recommend going and watching this season of that. And then there was Abbott Elementary, the Phillies game. Right, you get Kyle Schwarber cameo. This episode was very funny. I don't watch a ton of Abbott Elementary. I think this is my second and a half, because of the Always Sunny crossover I watched.
Right.
And then I watched clips of the show. But this Phillies episode was pretty fun. Fanatics very heavily in the episode, which is fun. They filmed it all on location at a Phillies game over the summer, like I said, where I knew several people that were there, got photos, some with the cast, but mostly like the running the cast in and out.
Right.
And then again, you get a big Schwarber cameo at the
and end of it. What a game that he hits 4 home runs that game. That was just great footage for them, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't dig into it that much. But I mean, they have all the shots, which they could have cut from anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it was a fun episode. It was funny. One of these days, I'll might go and dig into Abbott Elementary.
Looks like a fun show.
Palate cleanser from all the other stuff that I mentioned earlier on my list that is all very heavy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to kind of figure out. I want something light to kind of counterbalance against something heavier.
Where you go? Maybe Abbott Elementary, and we both watch it.
Maybe
It'll only take us 6 years. Look, we're closing in on episode 200.
Yeah, we got to think of something for that.
But yeah, any suggestions, shoot us a comment, shoot us a message, shoot us something in the chat here. Let us know if there's anything that you all want to see for episode 200 of the Geek Spot News, which is probably closing in on Frank and my 400-ish, 350-something episode.
Yeah.
Of all the ones we did from the prior show to this that evolved. But yeah, that's that stuff. And then that brings us to Gen V.
As someone who is most recently caught up, the guy playing Cypher has been phenomenal.
Hamish Linkletter.
He's been great. All around, he's been great. Every episode was engaging. If you're not caught up with it, Dom is not caught up with it. I know that. I'm not saying anything spoilery. I'm just saying, holy shit. What a great 7 episodes. The 8th is what? Thursday is the finale?
Wednesday, Thursday, yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday.
So, and Hamish Linkletter, which if anybody's new to it, it was on Gideon's Crossing a long time ago, but is probably best known for his time as the brother on The New Adventures of Old Christine. Just Julia Louis-Dreyfus's follow-up to Seinfeld.
Right. Oh, I didn't realize he was in 2005's Fantastic Four.
Is a random character. He was great on The Newsroom. He was one of the producers and the guys running the station on The Newsroom for a while.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
I love that show.
He was Jerry Dantana on The Newsroom.
He looks very different with the beard. That's
yeah, I mean he's 20 years older too.
Yeah.
He was brilliant on Legion. Which was, more in this wheelhouse. He's kind of started going more towards this kind of world. He did that. He did Midnight Mass.
Got a long career.
He is the voice of Batman in the new Batman Cape Crusader, which I didn't expect him to be good at. And he is fantastic
Mm.
as the voice of Batman now for that show, which that's, I think, on Amazon. If you haven't watched that, it's a very interesting take on Batman. I know season 2 is coming out. I hope soon, but probably not. But yeah, I recommend going back, digging through his catalog some. He's been great in everything. He was very good on Legion, very dark character on Legion.
Okay.
Kind of similar to what he is Cypher on this show. But hopefully anybody that has not seen Gen V has dropped off, because we will go spoilers probably in the next I don't know, minute or so.
10 seconds.
Yeah. So 8 episode season for Gen V. All right, we finally talking about it. We got episode 7 dropped last week. We'll hit the last couple episodes because I think that's where some of our biggest revelations kind of came from.
Yeah.
So the last 3 episodes, I'm just going to read the recaps because they have nothing to do with the actual episode, which is wild to me.
No, and I love, that's one of the things I like about it, is because like sometimes if I'm binging a show, I'll look ahead at the recap, not the recap, but I'll look ahead at the you know how they give the little synopsis.
Yep.
The synopsis for The Boys universe has nothing to do with the actual plot of that episode or any episode. It's just wild. Like propaganda, which I think is great.
Agreed. So in this whole season, right, we've obviously been missing Chance Perdomo, who was Andre, and they had to go back, and he died right before filming started for this season. So they had to go through and kind of rewrite the entire season and all of the storylines. So think about that. Like all of this was rewritten.
Yeah.
Very quickly, because the show still released right around when it was supposed to. And I thought they've done a really nice job with the tributes to him throughout the season, with acknowledging him and with bringing Sean Patrick Thomas into a more of a lead role, who, you know, I haven't seen him in much in the last, 20 years. I loved him in Save the Last Dance.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. I think he was in West Wing 2, if I remember right.
I think they did a really good job of not letting you forget Andre, and really it feels like almost every single episode they talked about him in some way, and they made his character very central to what the students were going through. It's not like in other shows you see somebody die off screen and they just kind of write the character off and you don't really mention them again. This character is continuously mentioned all the way up to the last episode.
So he was on the District, Sean Patrick Thomas, for a long stretch, it seems. And then guest starred on every single procedural and serialized show. Literally, like NCIS, Criminal Minds, Law & Order SVU, NCIS New Orleans, Bones, American Horror Story, Invincible, Insecure, Influence, The Good Fight. Like... He's been on everything. Cruel Intentions, High Potential. He's been on everything for like an episode, and he's great in this. Like I said, I remember him from being across from what's her name, Julie Stiles, in Save the Last Dance, is where I remember him from. But that's because I was a big Julie Stiles fan after 10 Things I Hate About You. So a couple of the descriptions here. So episode 5, we have Kate is sent back to Elmira, and Marie rallies the team to break her out. Emma tries to enlist Sam, but he's visiting home, hoping to reconnect with his parents. It's the closest thing to an actual description of what is going on in the episode that we get.
Right.
But this was, so we get them at the beginning getting out of Elmira and going back to the school. And then, I think this season has been good, but I think it struggled with the parts that made season 1 really good, which was like having that college vibe to it.
Yep.
And like, hey, we're still trying to get ahead in class and try to do this at the same time as we're like fighting the existential dread of whatever takeover is happening and solve a murder mystery. And I think this season's really struggled with its back and forth between, hey, we're doing a college vibe and we're in college and there's still like horny teenagers and frat parties, to this is setting up the Boys 5 season.
Right.
And like there's this and like I think they're struggling with how to balance that out.
I agree.
Much rougher than they did the last season. So that was episode 5. We get back to Elmira, right? They're trying to break out. We get Sam's visit home, which was great.
Yep.
The parents were great, and just seeing that, like, them play this, like, I'm being nice to you, but you could break me in half, and I don't know what you're gonna do because you're crazy. And we get the realization that the V didn't make him crazy. He was already crazy, and then they gave him V trying to fix him.
Yeah.
Which is wild. That was episode 5. Episode 6, we get worried about the coming culture war and apocalypse. Are you? Ride it out in style and comfort. Sustainable septic systems and feng shui. Blast proof and billionaire approved. The world may be burning, but you'll be 35 feet. That's literally the episode description, which tells you nothing about this episode. Except
not even a little bit.
Again, spoilers, Stan Edgar. Giancarlo Esposito can't help himself. He's back.
I love that, him showing up. That was great.
And but comes back now he's the good guy. Right? Because I felt like he was still kind of the bad guy on The Boys.
Yeah, a little bit. But he, his whole goal, as he mentioned, was to take control of Vought again.
Right.
So is he good? Is he bad? Is he just using people to get to what he wants?
Or is the enemy of my homeland or my friend,
Yeah.
I don't know which way we end up going with that. Yeah, I thought it was great seeing him back in here again. And he's always brilliant. And again, this is where they kept trying to, they're in the thing, and then when you get Sam and Emma, okay, well, will they, won't they? And it's well, no, I some of the stuff's forced.
Yeah.
Because you haven't gotten those two together enough this season.
Right.
Because they've been trying so hard to tell the Marie story. And then they bring her sister in, and her sister apparently got V. Or was her sister part of Odessa? I don't really know.
Yeah, they didn't
because apparently they stopped Odessa with Marie, but then her younger sister also got V, maybe?
Right. Yeah.
Or was it still in her mom's system from when Marie was in jail? I don't know.
Weird. It's a really weird plot line.
I don't know if we need to stick with that. I don't know what they're going to do with the sister even.
I don't know, but she's well, yeah, they called her a precog. I don't know.
For the next stretch, so I don't know. We'll see where they go with that. And then the final one here, the Office of Student Council reminds all students that hazing is strictly forbidden at God U. This includes using degrading names, forcing embarrassing attire, or animal-like treatment. Zero to do with this episode. So if we had chatted on the show, I would have called that was Godolkin 5 episodes ago.
I can't say that I would or I wouldn't have, but I do know that Kripke was really kind of miffed that people figured it out way ahead of time. So,
I mean, look, so they showed him at the end of the first episode getting burned.
Right. I mean, it only makes sense.
And then we see a burn victim in a hyperbolic chamber 2 episodes later. It's okay. Well, yeah, clearly that's the dude that survived the burning of the right. And I would have given a speculation at least one episode somewhere in there about Cypher and Godolkin, that guy controlling Cypher. Because that was a big plant where it's oh, well, Cypher's not a soup.
Yeah.
And it's well, no, he's not. But how powerful is Godolkin that this guy is nowhere near the house?
Yeah, ridiculously powerful.
And then we get now Marie, who is also ridiculously overpowered at this point.
Ridiculously overpowered. I mean, at least she gets a nosebleed.
Yeah, she in 7 or 11. Sorry, 11.
11.
That's a Stranger Things reference for anybody that hasn't seen Stranger
I actually did know that.
Good. Look, that's coming back in a month.
Yeah, it is.
Finally, with all the longest episodes ever.
Phew.
Dear God, every episode's an hour and a half, if not more. So look, I'm excited to see where we wrap up. I don't know that they're going to wrap it up in an episode. I feel like this is just all setting up where we go with the
Yeah,
boys season
I
5,
I kind of feel the same way.
which is a little frustrating that this whole season has just felt like getting us to the final season of the boys.
Yeah.
When there's still Vought Rising coming out after the boys, the prequel, and then there's a Vought Mexico or the boys Mexico or something, right?
I, yeah, I forget.
So there's still more of that coming out. I like where we've gone. I think we keep going back and forth with how strong these soups are because the battle between Emma's new boyfriend and Polarity and Cypher and Sam and who's the other one in there? That was it, right? Yeah,
Marie?
that was. Huh? No, Marie wasn't in that room. Marie was down healing
Oh,
Devotion at that
oh,
point.
oh, oh, oh.
Before
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
Emma and
Okay.
Kate and Anna came together, which is
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I thought that fight scene was cool. Some of the fight scenes have been great. The stuff with the Viking
That was
and then
great.
Zoe taking him out. Oh my god.
Yeah. Didn't see that coming at all.
No.
I have to bring something up completely different that I just saw come up on the news that is going to absolutely blow your mind.
Do it.
The last thing before we go, okay? Apparently, Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh spent 2 years developing a Star Wars movie. Now, this is Adam Driver just basically put this out there. They spent 2 years developing a Star Wars movie called The Hunt for Ben Solo. Now, hold on before you roll your eyes, okay? This would have taken place after 2019's Rise of Skywalker, okay? This is what Driver said. We presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it, Driver said. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that. It was called The Hunt for Ben Solo, and it was really cool, adds Driver, but it is no more so I can finally talk about it. Soderbergh said in a statement, I really enjoyed making the movie in my head. I'm just sorry fans don't get to see it. Driver said, I was always interested in doing another Star Wars. I have been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy reached out and he always said with a great director and a great story that he'd be there in a second. He loved that character. And he loved playing him. He took the concept to Soderbergh for a film that would take place after Rise of Skywalker. That movie culminated in Ren's redemption and apparent death. Driver had undertaken a trilogy with an arc in mind for Ren that inverted the journey of Darth Vader. Isn't it funny that they basically said, no, we don't see how Kylo Ren can be alive or Ben Solo can be alive. And then the next thing they do was make Palpatine alive. Isn't that ridiculous?
Well, he was alive. They'd already had made Palpatine alive.
But that wasn't part of the actual story. Right. But what this story was before that.
No, this was after Rise of Skywalker, you said.
It was 2019. Yeah, it would take place after 2019. They spent 2 years prior to that developing it.
Got it.
So he said it would. Adam Driver said it was one of the coolest freaking scripts he had ever been a part of. That sounds like it could have been a cool ass movie. With the right director, with the right script.
Maybe
we'll never get to see something like that now.
Yeah, I'd have to know more about it.
I'm sure you'll come across it. I just started popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's one of the. It goes back to the same thing I was mentioning earlier, though, right? Like let the bad guy be bad.
Yeah,
like let him be like, oh, he turned. Great. Yeah. There's no coming back for some people. There doesn't have to be a way back.
No, let him be bad.
Right, like this again. This guy slaughtered the Jedi Academy. Yes. Let him stay bad.
Yeah, I'm all for it. But that's it. That's all I got.
So thanks everybody for finding the Geek Spot. As always, you can find me at Jack Kid Music at all the places and at jackkidmusic.com. I'll be at Harrigan's this Friday night. And then, and then other places to go on through the rest of the year. Frank, you can find Talking Wrestling, right?
Yep. Thursday night this week, we'll be talking wrestling.
Where's that at?
That's on the Island of Relevancy on YouTube. That's where we're at live on Thursday this week. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. Lots of Fallout that's starting actually right now on Raw.
Great. So we'll get to that. You all get to that. Catch Frank on Island of Relevancy and catch us next time that we talk about the Geek Spot news. We'll see you then.